Roll that footage.
If I can find it.
I'm not the one running
the show. I normally have it. Oh, here it is.
Fab Studios presents Figure Action. That one's me.
All right. Well, we are live. It's Thursday, 9 o'clock.
We
Eastern.
are not that late.
We're not late at all. You know, first when Night William was messaging me, he was like, "Yeah, Toy Mafia is saying you guys are late." I'm like, I think he's super early. So shout out to Toy Mafia for always being here. One of the first people in the chat every week. Really appreciate you for always hanging out. We appreciate you all hanging out. We got a lot of cool people hanging out with us in the chat already. So if you're here watching us live on YouTube, go ahead and do a few things for me. First and foremost, Kielbasa, slam that like button because it really helps us out. If you are new to the channel or not already subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. And if you are here watching us live, pop in to that live chat over there. Come hang out. We'll be reading your comments, interacting with you all throughout the course of the show. And hey, if you're not watching us live, you can always drop a comment. We'll read our comments, and we'll get back to you in that comment section. So I'm back after a couple weeks, and I've got some fun stories about my adventures in moving. I will say this is going to be my last episode of Figure Action in this house. I'll be in my new house in the next episode. So it'll take me a bit to get set up, but when I do, I will have a little bit of a house tour. And yeah, make sure you buy our shirts. We're over on the Teespring store, not shore. If Teespring had a shore, it would be like a beach party. But yeah, check out link in the description below. You can get one of our Figure Action shirts. You can one, help us out, and two, look good doing it, and three, if we see you at TFCon wearing one, you'll get some Figure Action points and a fist bump. And yeah, anyway, let's get into it. We've got I guess like a little more than half of the crew here tonight. It's Matt's anniversary this evening. He and his lovely wife are celebrating 15 years together. So be sure to give them some love in the chat. I'm sure he's probably, you know what, we're not even going to get into it. Yeah, you beat me to it. But that's a lot of Darkwing Duck.
15 years, good lord.
I know, right? Well, 15 years together, not married. He's not that ancient. Anyway,
I think it's been married.
No, is it? Maybe. I don't know.
I know they've been together longer than that.
Oh, wow. Well, anyway, congrats to him.
Dude, Matt is like if the Wonder Years like had a happy ending.
Yeah.
Okay?
I was just thinking that song in my head just now.
You are singing out of tune.
Michael Rogers, no, I unfortunately I have popcorn ceiling in the new house. I hate popcorn.
This was an unfinished basement that the water leaked on. This ceiling will be complete hopefully in a month.
But see, look, he follows it up. He's like a Sour Patch Kid in here. First he's sour, then he's sweet.
Only you would know how he tastes.
It's not tasting. I mean, I don't teach people like that. I'm talking about demeanor. Demeanor, not wiener. Come on now. Anyway, let's get into it. Dave.
It's too dangerous to taste people nowadays.
Yeah, exactly. How the hell are you? And did you get anything cool this week?
I met with a project manager yesterday, so hopefully, and they'll be coming by next week with the contractor to finally get eyes on and all this. So the insurance money came in and the insurance money went out. So that's where that's going. So at least things are moving forward. So I'm not turning the camera over there right now, but I think I've got about 70% of all my collection packed up right now. I'm looking over there. I got all my Marvel Legends. I got all my McFarlanes packed up. I'm about to start on the NECAs and then the Storm collectibles. And then all my
Nightwing has
stuff.
a suggestion for you.
No, and no.
Oh, come on! You want some figures flying off those beams?
Heck no. But I did get some stuff in. I did finally get my Ultron in. So this was the last of this wave. So now I have the complete Build-A-Bear project.
Ah.
I've been really I've been going so nuts not being able to take photography. It's been, you have no idea. But yeah, so I now have, so I got Ultron. Courtesy of Matt. Because this guy I have not seen this guy in North Carolina. I got the Azrael in the Suit of Sorrows outfit. I mean, I usually like just the normal comic costumes. I'm usually not much for these types of alt costumes, but something about this with the Crusader, you know, in the Templar armor, just really looks good. Even if it's like Azrael's sidekick or whatever in my own personal canon.
The red really pops on him, I think.
Yeah. So, found this guy in the wild, and this one might I might actually bust this guy out and still dig up the paints. This guy, I think, just needs to get either a black wash or a black dry brush on the jacket. The detail, you guys I know have them in hand, so I'll let you guys talk about that. But just the detail on this is absolutely gorgeous. It is a damn crime this was a Target exclusive. But yes. I got it.
Also, a little bit of silver detail on there would go a long way, because the buckles and all.
Oh yeah, I'm just saying. But I mean, like the guns themselves would look great with the black wash on them, and like I said, the jacket itself would absolutely look good with some dry brushing on there. And finally, I couldn't say no. I saw him. It was the last one there. I'm not doing the cartoon stuff, but I am. I kind of got sucked into the movie rabbit hole, so I'm just on the hunt now for Casey Jones, and I think I'll be happy. And considering this is a NECA figure, I'm going to gently set this off. And that's my stuff.
Right on. Well, next up, Mr. T-Man. Nice. Well, that's a face. T-Man 978. How the hell are you? And did you get anything cool this week?
Hello, everyone. I am spectacular. And yeah, I'm good. Work is kind of kookier than normal. But I think we're going to move. Well, we're supposed to be moving, and it's going to be 3 blocks away from Target. So, yeah, I'm going to be in Target probably 3 times a day. But
just remember, if those guys come up to you with asking what cell phone you have, just say, as long as it's not AT&T, I'm good. I'll be happy for you.
Just invest in a red shirt and start helping yourself to the back room. Like, they'll see you there frequently enough. And
oh yeah. Oh, you know what? I don't even have to wear a red shirt. You can go in there with any kind of polo. People think you work there. Actually, you don't even have to wear a polo. People think you work there.
Just say you started last week.
Huh?
So just say you started last week.
Yeah.
It's my first day.
When I went to see Shang-Chi, I went to the mall. I was just standing outside of like Sears, and this lady was like, "Are y'all open? Did they close already? Are you open?" But she was talking to me like I worked there. And I'm like, I'm just standing here at the door. Everything is black and dark. It doesn't even look like Sears is even open anymore.
I think the last Sears in America just closed down. The one in Illinois.
Wow. So that thing is looking like Mad Max, like on Family Guy.
Yeah, like Lowe's got the exclusive rights to like all the Craftsman tools and everything. So it's
oh dang.
Yeah.
So Sears still exists technically.
I think they're gone. Like I think
Not at the store.
they might like exist as like an online presence.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think they're. Maybe I'm wrong, but
we'll look it up later.
Vanished like a mirage.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like Kmart. Like all the Kmart's like kind of dried up.
I hear they still exist, not near me. But I got Mirage, Maximal Grimlock, Dr. Facilier, and I just bought this because it was on super clearance because I wanted the rocket in there. Turns out the rocket is motorized and need battery. I thought it was
back,
like a
yeah.
thing, but it needs 2 AAA batteries. But yeah, I might use our little wrench thing, but she's just gonna get tossed in a bin somewhere. But I want to.
Michael Rogers, I don't know. I was actually there the other day, and it looked pretty dead, but it could still be. To check.
Where?
The White Marsh Sears. We actually so on October 1st, Lex's brother is getting married. So I was like, basically, I don't have a suit jacket that fits right now. So I've been like going all over God's creation looking for a suit jacket that fits, and we ended up going to Macy's because like her dad was like, oh yeah, I got stuff at Macy's for like $90, and we looked over at the Sears and it looked pretty dead. So we went like JC Penney and Macy's. Well, there you go. You don't even need the Fortnite Snake Eyes.
Yeah. I don't need it, but it's still on pre-order for some crazy reason. It looks like you need to buy him to get all the guns because it's looking sketch whether a lot of them come with guns.
It ain't going to be any Jazzwares.
Some of those weapons look like they took them from Jazzware, to be honest. But they are the same design from the games. But yeah, this is something they...
Uh-oh, we lost T. Yeah, Winston stated it is closed.
It is closed in White Marsh. So Zero, right. How are you doing?
Well, we got T back. We got T back.
That was it. I'm happy I can do this. The pegs actually fit in G.I. Joe Classified Series feet, and I can turn them upside down, even though that's not something they do in the game. But that's how good they are.
As you famously say, there you go with that.
Yes.
Well, to follow up... to follow up to Dave's question, I am doing all right. I'm very tired. We've been doing nonstop work on the house, and there's been just a lot of stuff that we've been trying to get fixed up, prior to moving in. So we should start living there probably by next Wednesday, if not sooner. Got to shout out my friends that came and helped me. Some people know Thor, and I had a bunch of other friends who just are not internet people. But big shout out and thanks to Cobra Clan. He helped me out with my move. We had an adventure. Let me back up a little bit. So I was out off of the show the past 2 weeks. We've been painting. We got new flooring. I've been trying to change out all the outlets. See, Antoine knows him. There he is. Yeah. We did a ton of stuff in the house. I've replaced a lot of stuff. The house was not cleaned at all. So I've been going in there and cleaning baseboards and cleaning floors and cleaning walls. And we've been going in and painting. And you're really thinking to yourself, well, isn't it this stuff that should have been done? Yes, it is. But our seller is kind of a dick and really did a number on the house during the rent back. So I'm not gonna split hairs on that, but we've really been busy. So the big move, getting out of the storage unit, we had a 30 by 10 storage unit. We got out. It was a bit of an adventure on Saturday because we had originally planned to rent a 26-foot truck to get all the stuff out. And I reached out to everybody that was helping me move. Cobra Clan was like, "Hey, I got a cargo van from work, and I also have a pickup truck with a trailer. How about you drive the van or the truck?" And then my buddy Troy was originally going to drive the moving truck. So we figured we could probably maybe do this in 1 or 2 trips. Well, U-Haul called us at 8:30 on Friday night to tell us that they couldn't provide us with a 26-foot truck. So we ended up having to get a 15-foot truck. And I reached out to Cobra Clan. I was like, okay, we're going to try and get two 15-foot trucks. And the second truck, when we went to go pick that up, the accelerator was broken on it. So we only ended up with one 15-foot truck. And thank God Cobra Clan had that cargo van, because we're able to get a lot of boxes into that. And just I'm really appreciative of everybody that came and helped. Means a lot to me. I'm glad that I have all of my stuff back in the house. So we're starting to get set up in there, and I should have my new office set up, because I need that because I work from home. So I need that set up by this weekend, so Monday I don't have to worry about it. I had an interesting day today. I was doing stuff around the house, and had an interview for a promotion within my company. I think the interview went really well, so very excited about that, and just really excited to show everybody the new house when we get in there. As for acquisitions, I've got stuff over the past few weeks. I think I talked about the Beast Wars reissues. I got the Optimus Primal, and I got the Megatron from Hasbro Pulse, and it's interesting. I used to have the mold through, when it was T-Rex. This is one of those ones where the product will vary from the back of the packaging. They actually didn't paint the head silver; they left it black, which is, I guess, kind of cartoon accurate, but not. But I love having that mold again. It's really fun to flip back and forth. I love the fact that all the gimmicks are intact on these figures. I guess I got a bunch of the Generation Selects. I got and these are all pre-orders I've had forever. I got the Tricranius Power Set, which is the repaint of Ractonite, yeah, and it looks really awesome. And here's something really interesting. I don't know if anybody watched Patriot Prime's review. He gushed about this. Actually, did artwork inside of this thing, which is really, really cool that they did that. They didn't have to. They could have just left it as is, but really cool that they did that. Then I also have Transmutate and G2 Ramjet in here. Of course, I was going to get G2 Ramjet. If you know me, you know I love me some G2. And a lot of the stuff I've got it packed up, ready to get out of here. So,
are you gonna take a picture of that artwork and throw it in the bin?
Maybe. I was fortunate enough. I was fortunate enough to stumble across this guy. I've been looking all over for Wreck-Gar. You can find. See, there you go. Thank you so much, man. And thank you. I was a little skeptical that we were going to be able to get it all done in a day. I was like, we might have to go back on a Sunday, but thank you again. Wreck-Gar, I was fortunate to stumble across one of them. Every Target I go to, they've got like 4 or 5 of the Studio Series thrusts, and like everybody's buying Wreck-Gar, and I just went in the aisle. I saw at White Marsh they had 6 thrusts. They had like that end cap with the new buzzworthy Bumblebee rehash combiner things from I guess they were Robots in Disguise, where they like slapped together 2 figures to make a combiner. Yeah. And I just walked down the toy aisle and I saw one lone Wreck-Gar, and I was like, yeah, I'm nabbing this. And Thrust is actually a really sweet figure. It sucks that people are just like passing up on him.
The problem is you use 2 per case and Wreck-Gar is 1.
Yeah, it should be the other way around.
Right.
But Wreck-Gar is
about that.
Absolutely awesome.
Well, they better be doing a remold of that or a retool of them.
Well, they are. They're doing, well, at least in the leaks, we know that we're getting Junk Heap or Scrap Heap. I got the Battle Across Time set. courtesy of Amazon. I've opened these up and messed with them. They are awesome. I'm looking forward to getting them in the new place and getting them unboxed. And I got a Gunslinger Spawn. He's awesome. I'm just really getting some of the spawns that I like from this line. I saw one at Target. I was like, if I don't get this, I will probably never see it again.
Probably.
So I picked him up. And lastly, but not leastly, and I know some people hate this stuff. But it's October, and this is the one time of year where I eat sugar cereal. Got my Count Chocula.
I bought Frankenberry today.
See, good man. It's like like the trifecta. They're really good. I like Frankenberry, Blueberry.
Now the Count Chocula tastes like they put sugar in it again, or something.
It's good this year.
Like sugar.
Yeah.
A few years ago, it tasted like cardboard.
Yeah.
5 marshmallows in the whole box.
Oh, it's full of marshmallows this year. So it's like, do they say anywhere here about new and they don't say anything about new and improved recipe, but even if it's not up to par, I have to get it. It's like a yearly tradition for me to get my.
It actually turned the milk into chocolate milk.
Yeah.
Well, previous years it just was brown milk.
So remember how last week how I was gushing about that cheap little Goku figure?
Yeah.
I'm not gushing about Trunks. Trunks sucks.
You're not liking him?
Trunks sucks. Oh wait, do we have a pack?
We have a pink.
Yeah, Kenny versus Brian. That was amazing. For those of you who are into wrestling, last night was hands down possibly one of the best banner matches I have seen in the U.S. soil in years. So if you ever want to know why I like professional wrestling, watch Kenny Omega versus Daniel Bryan. That is good.
All right. You guys ready to talk some Transformers?
Yeah.
All right. All right. Well, we got I feel like the Victory Saber is going to be like our next like dead horse here, because I feel like we're going to be talking about it till probably when it's going to get funded. Like there are a lot of people in groups talking about this thing like it's not going to get funded. I'm about like that close to tossing my money on it. Yeah, I don't know why anybody is. What was that date? It's October 10th, and
right,
so
17 days. I got enough days to get another paycheck.
Exactly.
Well, the thing is, Unicron really came down to the wire, and I think there was a lot of speculation that Unicron was going to get funded by way of the independent retailers, your BBTS, your Chosen Prime. They got it's undeniable. They got specialty treatment from Hasbro, where they were allowed to buy more than the allocated amount that consumers were allowed to buy. Here we are. It's over 9,000 already, and the target is.
Where's my Vegeta, Jeff?
You know, I didn't upload it. That's on me. But we're at 9,214 backers, and we got some color renders going on. Let me see if I can. I'm sure these are mirrored on another site where I can.
Man, everybody better hurry up because that giant gun is a stretch goal, even though it's necessary.
Yeah. Well, there's more, and we'll get into that after, because they've actually leaked their next stretch goal without even really saying it. So we've got these color renders. Hey, great, we got Chris Sabat in here, which is appropriate because for being over 9,000.
I think that's probably why they got him.
Yeah. And we get these color renders. These are not painted. This is not a painted prototype, though. I'm shocked that we don't have painted prototype pictures yet, since the prototype is in existence. You get this nice Victory stand.
is that actually that stand reminds me of the one that was on the Masterpiece, actually.
Well, the stand in the Masterpiece was just a blue strut that connected to the shield. It was like the laziest stand.
Like, that's a nicer stand.
It's a way nicer stand.
I mean, we were making jokes last week that, hey, that's a nice stand. Actually, that is a nice stand.
It's a very nice stand. This thing comes in under $200. It's basically the price of a Titan class figure. I've really said, it's surprising to me that I'm curious what they're going to do for Japanese markets, whether they're just going to, like, this will be a HasLab here in Europe, and then they'll be like, oh, well, we released it for the Japanese audience with all this stuff and premium packaging. So
they better get some friends in the States.
I mean, the only thing is, like, if you look at the combined jet, you look at Starsaber's combined jet mode, the Saber jet's a little on the small side.
it is. I still think it ultimately looks better than the official Masterpiece, though.
I mean, I got that. I mean, I think again, the Saber jet was longer.
Yeah.
So
I like that Victory Leo even has his, like, silly. I don't even know what you call this mode, like the
plot device flight mode.
Yeah.
Because
yeah,
the Japanese Victory Saber couldn't combine couldn't do that mode.
Yeah.
One cool thing in the render, you can see that the visor on the little headmaster dude is transparent.
Yeah, with the Brain Master.
Brain master.
I think it's. I mean, I've funded it. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with it, how far it gets. I'm fairly certain with the retailer push, we will probably get everything, all the stretch goals. With 17 days to go, I'm pretty confident it's going to get funded, and then everybody's going to be on board once it's funded to lock it in. Per Sabertron.com, the shield mistakenly revealed in the latest Victory Saber renders, and it's over 9,000. So you can see here on the back of the combined shuttle mode, there's the shield. Now, the shield has not been announced to be part of the set. Willing to bet that's going to be the next stretch goal. What's awesome about this is the shield has storage. In the previous releases of Star Saber, as I mentioned, the shield storage solution became a stand.
Mm-hmm.
So really cool to see that we're going to get a shield. I hope that he can hold it in a natural way. Anybody that has the Masterpiece version of Star Saber knows he did not hold that shield very well.
So we finally have a proper reveal the shield promotion from Transformers.
Hey, give this man a heart. Pig says maybe the plastic quality would be better. MP plastic quality felt pretty bunk. I think the problem with the Masterpiece one is it was so hollow. Like, there wasn't much that it needed to do, and I'm hoping that as a chug scale figure, he's just more chunky and solid. Kato says, I'm getting it because I missed the Star Saber I had in my collection.
The only Star Saber I actually picked up a KO Star Saber at the one bot con I went to, and that was my placeholder for a while. It was a great little KO. It did all it needed to do.
What was that, T?
Female action figure that can look up.
Who is she?
Jules from Fortnite.
Oh, right, that right.
And the lecture's on the game.
Thanos saying, I don't even know who you are. So, next up, we've got a rumor mill. This comes courtesy of JT Prime 17 over on TFW. JT Prime has actually been pretty spot on with a lot of these reveals and a lot of these leaks. So it seems to be that there are 2 new lines coming out, 3 if you want to count the reissue line continuing. That being Legacy, an exclusive Velocitron line, which I don't know anything about that, what it's going to actually be, and then your reissue line. So, or vintage line, as it's being called.
Zero, I think you're hitting your mic kind of weird.
Am I? Oh. It's right here. It's floating. Maybe it's me being over animated. But yeah, so here's a breakdown of the exclusives that should be coming out for these 3 lines. First up, we've got Walgreens with a deluxe Minerva figure. Target. Target's a little interesting because it seems like there's going to be 2 deluxe red card figures. One is probably going to be Road Rage, and if you've seen the distribution for T-Rex, I don't think anybody's going to have any issues getting Road Rage. But it could be 2 other figures. I wouldn't be surprised if we get Loud Pedal for the hell of it, but it's probably going to be a red figure, and could also be. Who knows what it's going to be? I'm not even going to speculate. But this is the interesting one. I don't think we get a new mold as an exclusive. I think Minerva probably is going to be like a Chromia or a.
That's a waste of time.
Well, Minerva should be a headmaster, so hard to say. Maybe it'll be a Chrome Dome reissue. I'd like to see a new female body mold, or something like for Nightbeat. That would be pretty cool. But anyway, this is the interesting one. Oh, you know what? I do have a fan on. That's now off. Thank you, Jay. Anyway,
much better.
Interesting one. Movie masterpiece Blackout coming to Target. And that's going to be a big figure. If they base it off of the Studio Series engineering, he doesn't have to be the most expensive figure, but he should still be scale-wise.
That one would be interesting. I don't have any of those movie masterpieces, but that one. Oh wait, I've got the Starscream. That's it.
So
I'm losing faith in the movie masterpiece. The more it keeps going, the more simplified they get it.
I still think that they might be a little bit on the simple side, but they're masterpiece figures that I don't mind flipping back and forth.
True, but like that Optimus Prime, the Bumblebee movie Optimus Prime, like the things that are wrong with it, it's like why they were so easy fixes.
I agree. I agree absolutely.
The shoulder thing not transforming.
Yeah.
Like why?
I think because they probably don't give them enough time to bake.
I think it's because of Hasbro. Hasbro wants them to be cheap.
Yeah, but even if they're cheap, they still could have had some trade-offs in the engineering.
Yeah, because they're almost like big, oversized mainline figures. To be honest.
To a degree.
Well, let's finish this list.
Antoine says DNA makes that figure 10 times better. I agree. That DNA kit is pretty extensive. We'll get into that in a little bit here.
Yeah, but it's $50-something.
Yeah, I know. Walmart seems to be the exclusive carrier of this Velocitron line. Don't know what it is. I'm sure we'll see more of it, but it's saying that it's a Generations line figure. So we've got Burnout, Road Rocket, Blur, Clampdown, and Cosmos. It would be really cool to get a deluxe Cosmos. He's a mini bot, but it would be really cool to get something that's as sophisticated as Huffer was. It gets interesting because it's not just deluxes. We also get Voyagers, Override, Road Hauler, a Leader, Black Convoy, which that would be really awesome if it's a tanker truck. More red stuff where we're getting Galvatron, a G1 Galvatron to be specific, G1 Shockwave, Redeco Megatron, which is probably the reformatted one, and Redeco Optimus Prime, which is probably the dead one. Missed opportunity here if they don't do a red zombie Optimus Prime. Like, anybody can repaint Optimus Prime gray, but come on, the zombie one, I'm sure a lot of people would buy that. Interestingly enough, there's more to the red stuff here. They're going through the different waves of red, where it's going to be a Prime Optimus Prime, a Prime Megatron, with repacks of G1 Shockwave and Galvatron. Then Wave 3 being a repaint of Starscream with Thundercracker, Nemesis Prime, and repacks of Prime Optimus Prime. With Wave 4 being the Prime Dark Energon Megatron, a G1 Cliff Jumper, which is kind of a no-brainer, and a G1 Thundercracker, again, a no-brainer. And then Walmart gets even more with the vintage line. We'll get into this because we actually have an additional confirmation of this, where Pterosaur, Tarantulas, Cyber Shark, and K9. So it's interesting to see that we're not just getting show characters reissued here.
K9.
K9, yeah, he was a German Shepherd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Cyber Shark was okay. You do Cyber Shark, and then yes, you could then do reissue that as Skybite, but
right. Well, you can't really do it as Skybite unless you were to take like the Beast Wars 2 version, which I think he was called Hellscream. You could maybe do that in a Skybite deco.
Hellscream was totally different.
Yeah, I know he was different, but I'm just saying that like Skybite was a Robots in Disguise exclusive character. You had the Transmetal 2 Cyber Shark.
Right.
But, you couldn't really do Skybite out of anything Beast Wars unless you were to do the Transmetal 2 one, and then you would be doing a Robots in Disguise reissue. But Robots in Disguise just turned 20, believe it or not. So it would be cool to get some reissues of those, though. You get a lot of conventions you can find.
When you're saying red, I kept thinking like red card instead of RED.
So here's some more interesting stuff. Hasbro Pulse has, and again, no idea what these are going to look like, but more Shattered Glass. Shattered Glass apparently isn't done, but it gets interesting here because they kind of low-key announced Blaster, but Shattered Glass Wheeljack, Soundwave, which for the love of God, please include the headband. Blaster, which we've heard rumors about Blaster, and we've seen him in the rumored listings. So if we get a Studio Series Blaster, it would make sense since Shattered Glass doesn't really care where it pulls from. And then Leader Ultra Magnus, which they sure do love milking that mold. And then I'm not really sure what these are. It says TRA Shrine, or TRA Shine, rather. And there's a Soundwave versus Optimus Prime and a Bumblebee versus Starscream. So interesting rumors here. Again, like we've seen a lot from JT Prime actually come to fruition. I'm going to go ahead and pull up the vintage announcement. So I saw this on Sabertron.com, and this is an actual announcement of the 4 figures that JT Prime leaked. With the allocations for Tarantulas, Pterosaur, Cybershark, and K9. And of course, these are all old pictures, but still, I've seen him be credible in the past, and so I'd pretty much say a lot of these are going to be a lock. What's interesting though is somehow he missed out on the fact that Scorponok is getting reissued, or maybe that was reported on the past. If anybody pays attention to Prime versus Prime out of nowhere got a review, of course, no packaging for a reissue Scorponok. What's interesting about the Scorponok is these aren't the original colors for Scorponok. This is a more show-accurate deco for Scorponok as he appeared in the Beast Wars cartoon. This deco has never been done before. There was no gradient on the tail. He was completely black, and I believe it was like a metallic blue for the claws.
That's probably $30.
I would imagine he's probably going to be $30, but cool that it's coming out.
Got the mutant head.
Yeah. Oh, well, all of the vintage figures so far have had all the features, all the gimmicks, the mutant heads, the spring-loaded gimmicks. They're all intact. Even the plastic quality is about what I remember it being. So
this shows though that you look at that figure, you compare that to the Kingdom version of itself, like it was over there.
Yeah, we'll go back to that.
That figure outclassed its remake.
It was also a size class above deluxe.
Yeah, mega class.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, like I look at for example, the Kingdom Megatron, the Kingdom Optimus Primal versus the original ones. While the original ones hold up, I still prefer some aspects of those new ones. Yeah, that one I still prefer the original.
I mean, yeah, I always wanted to own the original. I'll probably pick this one up because this was one I remember. My cousin got it for his birthday, and I was like at an age where I was like at a crossroads to be like a little too old for toys, and it was like a time where I was like going through like, well, I'll pick up McFarlane stuff, I'll pick up this, that, or the other. I wanted that figure so bad. We gave him that and Polar Claw for his birthday, and I was just like super jealous because these were just so cool, and I loved the gimmicks. Like, I mean, the Scorponok, he had the bee.
I love Polar Claw. That bat was so random and just integrated so well.
Lance, if you ever get one-on-one with him, he will go off all day about the Boom and Polar Claw. Those are like god tier figures to that guy.
I got both of them.
I want this guy, and I want Insecticon if they re-release that.
I think Inferno probably will get a re-release.
I still have my vintage Inferno.
If they're doing a mega class figure, if they don't do Port Claw, I would assume they would probably do Inferno. But it's interesting if they're doing K9 and Cyber Shark. It's really hard to say what the future holds for this line. But I really enjoy the two that I have so far, and I really hope it continues. And that's not all for reissues. We have a less than vintage reissue. If you missed out on the MP32 Optimus Primal, you're in luck. He's actually going up for a reissue. Patience saves pockets. I saw people paying like close to $300 for this guy. He's a little bit, he's like $20 more expensive than he originally was. He's coming in at like $140. Actually, I think he's now $40 more expensive than he originally was, because he was like originally like $100, and then he came out to $120, and now he's up to like $140. Inflation is a bitch, but shipping prices are a bitch too. So if you missed out on him, I think $140 is pretty much worth it for this figure. If you as opposed to paying $300.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm not much. The only two Beast Wars. I mean, I got out of my MP. This though, I mean, that robot mode is just a dream to mess with. I cannot endorse that figure enough. I love it. Yeah, if you don't have this in your collection, this guy is worth even just as a one-off.
I 100% agree. I love the figure.
Prime.
I'm just saying, Tigertron had his issues. Dinobot's it's oversized, overdone, frankly overpriced. Megatron, again, balance issues, things like that. This guy is just the overall package. Tigertron had his knee issues, and Black Arachnia is way too small and overpriced for it. This is one of the few ones where you get everything you're paying for.
I think they're all in scale.
Just
no, the prices. That's the problem.
All right, now for another $55.
Yeah, for another $55. Yeah, you can. This is DNA Designs DK27 upgrade kit for your movie masterpiece, Optimus Prime, for the Bumblebee movie, to be specific. This is an interesting kit. I mean, the Dr. Wu kit, it replaces the arms entirely. This replaces the forearms, the shoulders, some joints, the thighs. I'm not entirely sure what this pin piece is, if that's an antenna or not. But yeah, you're getting some more movie accurate forearms. You're getting some more movie accurate thighs. It makes the figure taller. Still haven't fixed this. It looks like he has a thigh swivel now.
I wish the knee bent more than that still.
I'm curious though, because like these are silver. Are they silver on the like the thigh pieces? Are they
No,
silver?
it's like gunmetal-y paint.
Yeah. So I'm wondering if they're in there, just not included.
There
Yeah,
it
there it is. So I'm wondering if you're getting like new skirt pieces for him, but it makes him substantially taller. I think he looks better, but ultimately, I don't care enough to spend that sort of money on an upgrade kit.
I want it. I don't want to pay for it.
Yeah.
I care because I like the hands. The hands and not being able to bend the knees more than 90 degrees were the main killers for me. Everything else I could live with. I could live with the forearms looking square and having kibble, but the knee not bending more than 90 degrees and those ugly ass hands.
Go back and answer Kevin's question about the Optimus Prime release. He's not going to be out until June of next year, so should have included that fact.
That's Womack.
Yeah, yep, that's Womack.
You already got that guy, I bet.
and T, to go on to your, to piggyback off what you said about the hands. I mean, the hands are just on a mushroom peg. I don't know why somebody can't just make a decent pair of hands for them and call it a day and sell that kit for like $15.
Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking.
Remember KFC? Keith used to sell just hands.
Absolutely, he did a lot of hands. He had
but everybody complained about them.
You had to dip you had to pop out the finger joints and dip them into pledge.
Yeah, they were very loose. But this one's a pass for me, unless somebody was to give it to me as a gift.
When is it coming out?
This kit is due out in the first quarter of 2022.
I mean, okay, the Prime himself was what, 100, 110, 130?
125.
120, yeah. Unless you had like Target discounts, which
okay, you got $120 figure plus another $55, so now we have $175. How far are you away from the 3.0 Prime?
Well, that's the thing, is I already have that.
That's what I'm kind of defending you on this one. It's like I don't think, yeah.
Like I have one that transforms and it's good enough. I don't hate it. I don't love it. I like it. But all right, next up we got another upgrade kit, and we're gonna go back to talking about Scorponok here. This one, and I know Antoine's in the chat, because this was up on his page, Third Party Unlimited, assuming it loads. Come on, Facebook. This is from Utopia. This is an upgrade kit for the Kingdom Scorponok. Don't have a price or release date on this, but this is actually a pretty sweet looking upgrade kit. First and foremost, you get a new ad piece for Scorponok, which if you and T, you pointed this out in your video. You could kind of give him a faux ab crunch and make him a little bit more extended, which that's actually how I have mine, is I have that popped out. He transforms normally. So I know Kato did a review of the new thigh pieces, just thinking about picking up, which, made him look pretty good. But you do get a new leg piece that fits in seamlessly, very seamlessly. with the existing ones. It's a matching sculpt, so you would pop it out of the mushroom and extend those on. You get better looking missiles that are Bloosh compatible. So I think that's pretty sweet. A new Stinger, and I'm not.
How can I buy this?
I don't know yet.
Wait, what's those purple things? Go back.
We'll go back here. Yeah, I'm not really sure what these pieces are here or what this piece is here. I think this is a connector for the Stinger. Same thing with this bottom part here. I'm not sure entirely what that is. If we can spot it on here, because they show the installation of a lot of these pieces, but they don't necessarily say what the others do. If I had to guess, I would.
They're fillers.
Yeah.
On the back of the legs.
Yeah, that would make sense. Yep,
Right
there you go, right there.
Yeah, because the legs were hollow for no reason at all.
Yeah, this is an upgrade kit I definitely would pick up. I wish they gave him a better Cyber Bee, and maybe like a little Cyber Bee that could connect to Optimus Primal's chest. But honestly, like this is a pretty cool kit, and I like the fact that you don't have to like take any pieces of him, and throw them in a bin if you don't want. I do think that this like scorpion tail piece is like vastly superior to what he has.
The B probably would have bumped the price.
Yeah, and I bet. Oh, this piece is definitely a filler for the tail.
Okay.
If you go back and look, yeah, that's a filler for the tail.
I'm getting it. What else we got?
Yeah. All right. Well, next up we have a repaint from Keith. This is the King Gorilla and Kingzilla off-white color renders. These are renders, not actual repaints yet, but just a more tune accurate version of Snapdragon and Ape Face. These are actually pretty good figures from KFC, not gonna lie, but honestly, like the minor difference in paint is not enough for me to bite. Originally they came with like a silvery gray.
Yeah, that's only good for people like me that didn't buy the original.
If you didn't buy the originals, I think these are probably like a good bet, especially since it seems like he's going back and kind of fixing some of the tolerance issues with the figures as he's reissuing them. But these would be a good buy if you don't have them already. I was hoping Joe would be on tonight because I really wanted Joe's 2 cents on this. TFC is on a mission to outdo MMC on how much they can repaint a figure. And
okay, when you pull it up though, there is some aesthetic to this though. There is some
there is
to this.
So this is their Wukong / Goku, and I mean, depending on how you want to look at it, you can look at it as this is a celebration of Chinese culture, or it's a burning version of the Stormbringer Optimus Prime. I think this is really cool. This comes from Weibo.
I love that shot.
This is really cool.
Love that shot because that is the Monkey King riding his cloud, except in this case it's a nuclear missile.
Yeah. I like that you get some different head options with this.
I love that. That's actually it was the head options that kind of sold me on it.
It looks like he has now. Mine's in storage, but are these new hands?
I think so.
Because I don't remember the hands being that posable.
Well, I don't have the nuclear blast one. I kind of want the nuclear blast one, but if I saw this, jeez. Yeah. I mean, and I love that helmet.
What happened with that Chinese toy line?
Oh, I know which one you're talking about. Where it was like it was like a headmaster, and it was like a boy, but I can't remember. It probably just came and went.
Yeah, probably good there.
Which toy line?
It was mixed in with the Bumblebee, the Cyberverse cartoon. I think they were kind of in that universe, but it was only in China.
Yeah,
And they like regular humanoid people that turned into robots, or they went inside the robot as a mech.
yeah.
Isn't that called Master Force?
No.
No, it just came out recently, like in the last 3 years.
Well, either
And
way,
one of them was the Monkey King.
okay. Well, either way, there's some serious cultural love in this. It's so ridiculous.
Apparently the Nezha, it's out, and they're
Oh,
doing
that thing.
Yeah.
Wow. $200.
This is just the first. This is just Walmart third-party seller. What's interesting is I wasn't expecting this to have the eco-friendly packaging.
Never mind. Okay, I remember that now. I think I just tried to forget about it, and I did.
Yeah, I wanted that. But this, yay, that exists.
I think you'd have a lot of fun with this one, T, especially since it can fit like the Diaclone pilots.
I wouldn't want that design.
Really?
No.
I'd put $20 in a. You know what? I would put $20 in a raffle for that.
I would want either green or the Optimus color one.
The green one, I think, is the better of the two.
Oh, absolutely. I when I go to TFCon, I think I'm picking up I'm going to be picking up the this one, the Nuclear Blast one, to go with my other one. But oh god, I mean, I see the love in this. It makes me smile. I am smiling.
All right.
Okay. Next.
Well, now we'll get into our non-Transformers news. We'll start off with some Power Ranger news. Hasbro revealed that they're, of course, doing the pink and white Ninja Rangers. Who didn't see these coming? My link will load. These went up for pre-order. Yeah, Kimberly and Tommy.
Oh.
They're cool.
They're What's that, T?
So I want them now.
I like the effect parts.
Yeah.
When you get a whole extra head.
Yeah.
The sculpt thingy.
Yeah, that's the running theme with all the Ninja Rangers is you get three different heads.
Oh yeah, because they didn't have weapons really.
Yeah, but you get 3 different heads and an effect piece, but they're charging that new premium for them.
Well, like I said, there is a reason for that premium. It is going across the board on everything.
Oh, I know. But I still don't have to like it.
It looks like they might have dropped down hips, but I can't tell.
We'll go back to that.
It might be the sculpting.
I think it is the sculpting. It doesn't look like they have them. It looks like that they probably just have a lot of space in there because they're supposed to look like they're wearing baggy clothing.
For my rant of the week, since last I checked, there are now currently 60 container ships outside of the port of LA.
Nice.
It was up to 70 on Sunday. They finally cleared out a couple of them, thank God.
So yeah, you remember the show Droids?
I watched that show and hated it. Hated every minute of it. And
I didn't hate it because I was really young.
I was in the boat with Dave.
I'm slightly younger than you guys,
but I more subjected myself to it all the time.
Same.
So we're getting 6-inch droids in retro inspired packaging. Winston, I need you to chime in because I feel like these are up your alley. These are 6-inch figures.
Oh boy. I always was like, who wants to show with just them?
It's interesting too. They have like the old spellings, like when they didn't know what the official spellings for R2D2 or C3PO were. Winston liked it as a kid, so we're in the same camp.
Remember, they also had the C3POs cereal.
Yeah, the cereal was good. I like this deco for
Oh,
Boba
my
Fett. Like, and like, yeah, this is how he appeared in like the holiday special and the Droids cartoon. I mean, if you're looking for, if you want to have something for your Mandalorian shelf, there you go.
And again, I mean, Star Wars does. I mean, one thing that they do right with these, they do those packaging. So if you've got one on display, but they put that packaging so well that you'll buy it and almost want to leave it on card.
Yeah. This also appears to be the new mold for him. He's got soft goods.
Yeah, I got the recent $30, the deluxe one, so I'm good on him.
I like the deco. He's deluxe box there.
Yeah,
if I were to pick up any of them,
I like the packaging.
Yeah. If I were to pick up any of them, I'd get him. This R2 looks very faithful to the animation.
You get a collector's coin.
Yeah. I think too, if you have a Clone Wars shelf, I mean, if you're going for like the old, like the Clone Wars animation style, he probably would fit in too. And
ooh, Night Wingham, good question. I have not seen Sportimus in a while.
No, Sportimus is still around. I chatted with him through text the other day.
Okay.
He's on Twitter.
Yeah.
Last I heard on Twitter, he was boycotting that new Masters Universe cartoon, which I've heard very good things about, actually.
I think he was saying it ironically. That's what he said.
Yeah.
But
okay,
Sportimus is getting ready to move, so I think that might have a bit to do with it. Why he's not around right now, but he's doing. So he's.
Anyone seen No Effort lately?
I have not.
Yeah. He commented on my video today.
Okay, just making sure.
No
Effort, if you're out there, we miss you.
I watched the first episode of the He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. I was thinking, like, kids today, if they watched that and then they were showing the 80s stuff, they'd be like, what the heck is this? Because show is so different.
I think that's applicable to a lot of things from the 80s, to be honest.
Well, yeah.
Just like us, that's when we see the new show and they're like, what the heck is this?
Okay, that C-3PO doesn't look too horrible, I will say that.
I mean, it's very faithful to the animation. Like, he had very pronounced eyes.
Yeah.
I am happy for whoever loves this.
I wish Matt was here to weigh in on this as well.
He probably don't love it.
Winston says,
I'm assuming for him.
That's what I'm going to do. All right. Next up, we'll get off that. I've got one, maybe, and just maybe, Dave will be a little bit more excited about. Coming in from McFarlane, the DC Multiverse Batman 3 Jokers figures have been revealed. So,
when I first saw the red hood, I was like, oh, yeah. Then I looked at him more and I was like, no, I don't want any of those.
I don't have a vanilla Batman yet.
That's what I was saying. Like I've got all these different exotic Batmans. I've got Joker Batman. I've got Aquaman Batman. I've got Green Lantern Batman. I've got Batman with a guitar, but I just do not have a good old-fashioned run-of-the-mill double-jointed elbowed Batman. Like the video game ones that's single-jointed. So it's like
the first one that came out was vanilla.
Yeah, the first one came out that this is much better than that first one.
Yeah, and I'm just saying I don't have one. I have the closest thing I have is the Arkham Knight Batman,
which is a good Batman.
It's a very good Batman.
But this looks, yeah, okay.
That Batgirl is definitely a skip.
No, I actually think the Batgirl looks good. And
it's the same Batgirl, just with a different head.
It is, because that's the same exact cape.
Yeah.
The new head is. Oh wait. They had to remold her torso because she had that backpack from the comic.
Sony is apparently.
There's no effort, man. I missed you. Okay, good. He is here.
I Frog.
Okay.
He's Frogger.
Oh.
Okay, just say, man.
Surround Games Go says, I need that Batgirl too. I say, I like that Batgirl. Red Hood, I'm with you guys. I think that Red Hood, I think it's like the jacket. He's got like, it's almost like he's got like Judge Dredd shoulder pads going on.
That's not my biggest problem with it.
He doesn't have guns.
He does not have guns.
Yeah.
They must be taking guns out of the toys, period.
And that's, I mean,
Well, wait a
I've
minute.
got pistols I can give him, okay? I actually, if you can get yourself a McFarlane Bloodshot figure, that Vin Diesel Bloodshot figure, he comes with a machine gun, this awesome knife, and 2 perfect pistols, which I may have to give them to that. Because look, he's got trigger hands.
Yeah.
They all
And
have
then the 3 Jokers themselves, I might get the one on the far right.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good Killing Joke.
The other 2, I was not impressed with the pictures. Plus, if you read the comic, it's a little weird.
Now, didn't the first Red Hood come with guns?
Yes, he did. The first one did.
So if they force you to buy that, then you got guns.
Well, that first Red Hood I loved, but
No effort says at least they gave Flashpoint Batman his guns.
that's
true.
Flashpoint Batman had his guns, and I think that was the last one because
That was before they went into the mandate.
Yeah, I still do not get how freaking what's his name, Bloodthirst, whatever, from Suicide Squad. Whose power is to summon guns.
Now I have an idea / suggestion because the McFarlane stuff. I don't know how your targets are, but the targets here and the Walmarts here, like they split it. So it's like you'll have the DC Multiverse stuff in the collector section in electronics, and you also have it in the toy aisle. I think what Todd should do is market some of his figures as 15 plus, and then market some of them as like 8 plus.
I don't think DC cares because the Harley SH Figuarts doesn't even come with a gun.
Yeah, it's just remember, like they couldn't show the Revoltech Joker using his pistols,
and it's crazy too because the King Shark, the individual one, comes with a severed arm. So it's like, to me, like an amputated arm is a bit more, you got to think like the ramifications of someone having their arm amputated versus, what could be a functional firearm. I don't know. It's just, to me, it doesn't make any sense.
That exclusive 5-pack, that has blood on his mouth, I believe.
Yeah, it does.
But that's only sold online. So that's probably how they got away with that.
Yeah.
But these are nice.
Yeah, Bloodshot's going for $32 on Amazon right now. I was just seeing what he was at. Certain figures are starting to go up in price once they realize that you could reuse the pieces. Like, I'm currently on the hunt for a loose Batman Who Laughs with the Tyrant wings, and I think everyone else is hunting them down too right now. Because those wings plug perfectly in with the Redeemer wings.
I only saw him like once. And we've got more from Todd. We've got a Nightwing and another Red Hood from the upcoming Arkham or Gotham Knights game that's coming out.
And if that one doesn't have guns, which again in the game he's going to have guns.
Yeah, and right there in the promo shot.
Which I can't wait for that game.
It should be fun.
That game, and I can't wait for Suicide.
Yeah, Suicide Squad versus Justice League. I think that'll probably be a really good return to form for Rocksteady. But yeah, I think the Nightwing looks really good. I think that if he were to give the Red Hood here, it's interesting. I'd like to see a good up close because it's like, was the solution to give him like trigger hands because he doesn't have guns? Like,
I don't know. I mean,
like,
I'm actually
so he can like finger bang you.
That is actually that is my least favorite Red Hood design though, because he's got this weird body armor that just
those hands would make more sense on Deadpool.
Yeah, he kind of reminds me of Deathstroke almost, like the design. Like he's like Deathstroke with 2 eyes.
And he has guns right there on the cover of the friggin' game.
That's what I said. That's what I said. It's nuts that they had the promo art present.
I like that Batgirl right there, and the Robin.
Yeah, that's a cool design for Robin. All right, we have one more Batman item to discuss, and this one is interesting.
Only one?
Only one more. We've got just 3 on the docket for tonight, but this one's from Mafix, and I'm curious what you guys think of this. This is a new Batman Adventures Mafix Joker. So this is from the the later season, the 3rd season of Batman the Animated Series / Batman Superman / Justice League. This was always like I never really cared for this Joker redesign because it just really got rid of a lot of the detail.
It seemed it was random.
Right. Actually, everybody got the Catwoman was redesigned too, and she looked weird.
Yeah. Yeah, they simplified and stylized the designs. I'm not, and I say that to say this is I'm not a huge fan of this redesign. However, I do think this is a really expressive looking figure, and
looks like Freakazoid.
It kind of does. God, I would love if they could get like some of the WB cartoons, because I'd love Freakazoid in my collection if they did this sort of engineering. I'm not getting this by any means, but I think this is a really cool looking figure.
It's God, I know exactly the episode that's from. Yeah, it's a perfect translation. I'm also totally not getting it because it just does not fit in with anything else that I own. But if you love that Batman the Animated Series, this is your ultimate Joker right there.
Now, as we get into the Marvel part of our news for the evening, we get a Mafix Symbiote Spider-Man. And so, we have all the new retro Spider-Man stuff coming out. And with that is a reissue or it's not a reissue, it's the new body type. But what gets me for this one is, if you notice, there is some subtle blue gradient going on.
Like the animated series.
Yes.
Well,
like these blue highlights throughout the Symbiote Spider-Man here.
And the bottom of the feet.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to paint those on. I'm going to have to dry brush when I get that other retro Spider-Man. I have to dry brush them blue, aren't I?
Probably so.
Yeah. You think they're pulling fans' toys?
Hasbro it was Joker's Millions.
Mm-hmm.
Is Hasbro pulling
theirs, and now they're showing this, and it's not going to come out for 2 years?
Possible.
It looks nice, but I'm going cheap.
Yeah, same. I mean, why? If you can do it for 20, why do it for 54?
Because the retro one won't be able to make that pose.
It might, because they're using a new body with
I'm just saying, but
super duper ab crunch.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm probably not getting this either. But God, look at that paint. Look at the hair.
Yeah. I like the subtle different expressions. I mean, this looks like, going from McFarlane, this looks like his artwork come to life. Like the Spider-Man portion.
My Shocker figure is already cowering in fear to that.
I like the web backpack a lot.
Back here, Shocker!
Surprised Hasbro hasn't done a web backpack yet. I'm sure
they only did on the little 3 3/4 inch.
Yeah.
I have one with the Miles Morales. They did.
I mean, it looks stunning. It looks immaculate, and I'm just not. It's probably going to cost $120, and unfortunately, I can't.
Well, you're wrong. It's 87 in Japan and 105 in the US.
Okay.
So I was initially wrong, but still, I mean, it's like when you get the quality of figures you get from Hasbro these days, I'm just going to get the retro one for my Spider-Man collection.
That Azrael Batman they're coming out with though in a couple years, that thing is absolutely that I'm drooling over.
And yeah, that Cyborg Superman, that's one I will get because I always thought that was, when Death of Return and Superman came out, I always loved the Cyborg Superman. Jay says, now if they can give us a properly sized Venom, if anybody can.
Well, Mafix did. They did a McFarlane scaled one, which was he wasn't hulking. He was just Eddie.
Wasn't it Jay's birthday or something recently? Well, if it was, happy birthday.
Yeah.
Or happy early birthday, happy late birthday, happy super early. This looks cool.
Passing on this. I am passing on this like a quarterback.
I feel like Matt's probably going to get this one. So this is the Mezco 1/12 Collective Spider-Man 2099. I love Spider-Man 2099's design. I read the comic a little bit back in the day. This is a Mezco exclusive. I personally don't like how this turned out. I always felt like he should be a little bit more glossy. Like, I mean, I don't think this looks terrible, but I always felt like the blue portion of him should be like shiny, glossy, and the red portion should be like metallic. I really like the way Hasbro has done their Spider-Man 2099s. I do like the web cape. I think that looks great. The web shooters look awesome. He's definitely got the posability. The Miguel O'Hara head sculpt here is awesome.
Yeah, I need to see more pictures because it kind of, the lack of detail on the hips and legs, it makes his outfit look more like pajamas.
That's the thing. Mezco and the Spider-Man characters, I put this in our group chat. I always worry about these because I'm always worried about that bodysuit catching or tearing.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Dave.
It just doesn't look like I'd be scared of putting him into Spider-Man poses.
Now, going back to, what I was saying, like what I think he should look like, I think Hot Toys nailed it. I'm not a Hot Toys collector, but I think they definitely got the look down.
If anyone's going to nail it, it better be Hot Toys.
It better be, but he's not going to have the posability. Like, I'd be worried about getting this guy into poses, especially in the hips, and that material starting to give out.
I think it'll be good. Mezco, their bodysuits are good.
Yeah.
Got him kicking up more than 90 degrees right here. And I'm about to put him in a Spider-Man pose for Dave.
Well, I mean, mind you, that's why I got my Revoltex.
Pickles Go Around says, but I'll wait for a movie version. I think when Amazing Spider-Man or
in the Spider-Verse 2.
In the Spider-Verse 2, thank you. I don't know why I had a brain blip there. We'll get a really cool Spider-Man 2099 from
Sentinel.
From either Sentinel or Mafix. I'd say the Sentinel one probably be where I'd want to go. Storm Go says this should have had those shiny details like Magneto. I completely agree. Winston, I can pour one out for your Mafix Carnage, but like I said, there's a trick to getting it fixed. Let's get into the rest of our Marvel news for the evening before we wrap up. We've got a couple new retro figures coming out, carded retro figures, with Loki and the Falcon. The Falcon came out not too long ago. He was like, last year or the year before?
He came out when I was in my apartment.
Okay, so that was last year.
Yeah.
And then I don't think Loki was all that long ago either.
Loki was a couple years earlier. God, I can't remember what Build-A-Figure he was with. Wasn't
he the part of the Thor Ragnarok? Wait, no.
Shit. Who was it? I think I was forced to buy that to get somebody. I think he was
hold on.
the Smart Hulk wave, right?
Yeah, so he was part of the Endgame wave.
Not Smart Hulk. Oh yeah, never mind. Yeah, he was Smart Hulk.
In Falcon, they at least changed his arms, and they changed his whole outfit
Yeah.
as far as the design on the chest. But those arms are definitely new. But it's not different. He would be an impulse for me because he's not different enough. But if you missed that other one, I haven't stopped. The first one, I didn't see him on the shelf at all. So this is probably good for a lot of people.
Didn't I
And it's a
find it
great
for
figure.
you?
I've randomly found him in Walmart.
Oh, but you just said you didn't find him on the shelf at all.
I mean, I didn't see him besides that one time.
I think I found him right.
If you do not have a Falcon, this is a great chance to get the Falcon. Plus, he has extra hands the other Falcon didn't have. I think that's the only difference. They changed the paint deco and they gave him hands.
I think the way he's packaged is pretty cool too, where the wings are front and center.
Loki, you get another head, which looks like the one from the, and you get another head and you get the daggers.
Where's my stand?
Because the other Loki came with a sword.
All right. Next up, we have one more retro figure. That being the classic Doctor Strange.
And it's a goddamn Walmart exclusive.
Well, actually, he's not a retro figure. I have to take that back. But yeah, you do get a lot of stuff with him.
What's up with that blue head?
Okay, so in the 1970s, there was a time when where basically Doctor Strange, someone tried to a necromancer tried to take his identity, and so he just wore the mask. It's literally a throwback from the 70s. But you get the Wanda Watum, you get the axe of something else that starts with an A. The guy who runs ACBA, Boog Knights, he actually got him, so he actually did a full review on him already.
Extra heads, right?
Extra heads. I love the new paint effects with the gradient on the edge.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are those existing effects pieces? Because they look a little different.
That effect piece has been around for ages.
Well, because the other ones, I thought they had like little spheres on them.
No, those have been out too, but these
those are
out before those. Those originally came out on the Scarlet Witch. Is the first time they came out.
And then they used Havoc as well.
Yeah,
and everybody else.
Havoc had the one that had the bubbles on it, but it was originally Scarlet Witch had those effects, and the one with the spheres on it was on Polaris.
Okay, so these are probably like from like 2015, 2014.
Oh yeah, that coloring though is absolutely awesome.
Oh yeah.
The biggest problem that I've been hearing with this guy is the cape is not removable.
Oh wow.
Ooh.
The gemstone is actually glued to his chest.
Well, that makes it easier for it not to fall off. So
that's true.
Oh, there's pros and cons to both, but I may have to try to track down two just so I could pry the cape off of one of them.
All right. I guess next up, this one I guess we can kind of glance over because I don't think anybody really collects these, but there's one figure in this wave I think is pretty cool. Super 7s, next wave. They're already on wave 6. I feel like it was just yesterday when we started talking about these TMNT Ultimates.
Just felt like just yesterday I mentioned I never was going to buy these.
But we've got Ace Duck. We've got the Sewer Surfer version of Mike. We've got Slash, Scratch, and the Mousers. What's cool about the Mousers is they're in a 5-pack by default, but we'll get into them. Ace Duck was a figure I think a lot of people had as kids. Ace was never actually in the cartoon as like a supporting character. He was a background character in a fictional TV show. So interesting that he got a figure back then. Interesting he gets a figure now, but I guess he's a fan favorite.
It would be like us getting the fake Star Trek people from the 2012 tournament.
I won't be shocked if they do those at some point, because NECA, I'm sorry, not NECA, Super 7 does some deep cuts already with this, with their lines. Scratch is a character that I don't really remember all that much, to be honest with you.
Yeah, let's continue to gloss.
Yeah. Now Slash, I courtesy of TM Reviews, I am getting the Leatherhead and Slash NECA set, which I passed on. I wanted Leatherhead, but like I always hated Slash's cartoon design. I was like, if there's a sale, something, But I really like his toy design. This is one where I think the toy design is like so much better than the cartoon design, and this is one like if I had the funds, I would probably impulse buy, because I think this is just such a cool design, and I'd love it with our updated articulation. And I had this toy as a kid.
Did they use that design in the video game?
They did. And NECA did do the toy design or the video game design, but they put all that stupid pixel paint all over it.
Because it was the Turtles in Time.
Yeah, and
because that was before Playmates was being like cool with them.
Mm-hmm. But he looks awesome. Like if I were to get one, this would probably be it. And then the Mousers, I would have loved it if they did one wind-up Mouser. I think that would be.
That set was $20 less. That is not $50 worth of stuff right there.
No, it's not. And I think they kind of want you to buy two of them, because you get.
Are those Mousers?
And yeah, that's another question. Is it just the legs? Do they just move? Is it just this part where they move forward and backward and the mouth opens? Maybe the heads turn left and right. Sewer Surfer Mike, yuck. I mean, if you had this toy as a kid and you liked it, you loved it, it was a part of your childhood, great.
Do they still hold? Let me see. Do they still have them?
So are they going to do that home run, Leo or whatever the heck?
At this point, nothing would surprise me, T. Like they could do the you know what I'm really surprised that they haven't done, that they haven't like skipped forward to, is like the old Turtles in the Skies figures. Like I'm glad NECA did them, but like those were actually cool toys, and I'm surprised that they haven't done the trench coat.
They're not even on Amazon.
They might do the horribly inaccurate movie Turtles.
Yeah, we'll probably get something silly like the Frankenstein's monster Donatello from Super 7.
I'm shocked they didn't do that, because the Universal monsters are all the rage now.
Yeah, and we're coming up on Halloween, so
holy hell! Now $45 to get these.
What's that?
I was looking up a while ago. Playmates, when they were doing that for the old Nickelodeon Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle show, it was like $8, but I bought a pack of like 5 Mousers. I still have them. That was a good buy.
Yeah, they all look cool and would be awesome if these were things I was interested in collecting.
Like I said, for me, Slash would be maybe an impulse buy, but otherwise, I'm still just sticking to my NECA stuff. All right, moving on. I guess we will. We have a couple more items. We have a NECA figure, and we're going to close out on a Kickstarter project that Dave pointed out. Neca Alf. This is coming spring next year. This was revealed. I'm in for this. I loved Alf growing up, and for me, what sold me was the cat sandwich. This just looks absolutely awesome.
Enjoy.
That does look awesome. I used to love Elf, but I can't buy that.
I have NECA Richard Simmons.
It would have to be absolutely an impulse buy.
Now I'm gonna get this the moment I see it in Target.
You get that picture of Elf?
I never got. That's I guess when I was younger, I just overthought things. Why are they calling him Alf when his name was Gordon?
Yeah, because he's the alien life form.
But he's like, my name is Gordon, but they still call him Alf.
His show was called Elf.
Ignorance is bliss.
And the ending was horrible.
And he gets dissected.
Yes.
I got angry that he never ate a cat.
He never got the chance.
Well, apparently he's like Batman.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna get this one. I'm expecting if it being NECA, I'm expecting some awesome packaging for this too.
It looks
It'll look like a garage or something, you know?
Yeah.
It is very spot on.
And last but not least, we have a Kickstarter project to close the evening on. I copied that right. Let me go ahead and copy the link correctly. So this is a Kickstarter that Dave had pointed out to us for futuristic combat soldiers. These are 6-inch, 1/12 scale figures. The Kickstarter itself is about a quarter of the way. Well, it's a little bit over a quarter of the way to its $98,000 goal. I guess let's go through it. These are
concepts in it right there. I mean, first of all, what 30 points about 30 something, 30 plus points of articulation. That looks like the Doom Trooper.
It does a bit. It does look like the Doom Marine quite a bit. I'm digging the paint deco on these. You know, head sculpts. Yeah, they leave a little bit to be desired. I think.
One of them is straight up 300 with that guy.
Yeah.
Well, but he's like a science fiction gladiator.
Only once you really stare at him.
Well, the next picture with him holding a gun, kind of.
He looks like something that would have been on what's that, Megas XLR?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
I like the use of soft goods here.
And all the capes are wired.
And then you get kind of like a Black Panther homage.
The cowboy one I have. The two that have my interest are the cowboy and the samurai.
Cowboy kind of looks like Aaron Black. Really, I mean, it looks to me more like Aaron Black from Mortal Kombat. I mean, I don't know. That looks like Chippendale's calendar.
It looks like a mix between both of those. That first picture definitely reminds me of what's it called from Overwatch.
Oh, McCray.
It's high noon.
Yeah.
Now the samurai,
that was pretty cool.
Yeah, of all of them, I think the samurai is the coolest looking one. I like how the katana has like an energy effect on there. Spec Ops, I think, is a little bit too generic for its own good.
Wait, go back up to his mask.
Excuse me.
Hey, that's the snake eyes.
Yeah, I just think it kind of looks like a Doom Marine done up in black.
Mm-hmm.
I hope this gets funded.
I think it will. I mean, how much?
I'm very, as I said, I'm tempted to put some money into the. I'm debating on this one right now.
So
I want to bug Matt if we can get this guy on the show.
Yeah. So, Dave, you've been looking at this. It's got 32 days to go. What is it to back the project? Or I guess if we do back the project, let's see what we have here. You can pledge $1.
Like $30 a figure. Or $35 a figure. So
okay, so 33. You can get the futuristic combat soldier 2 futuristic combat sold. Okay, so you can just for $33 you can get your choice. So for 33 you could pledge in, and if I were to do it, I would go in just for the samurai.
I'm thinking about the samurai and maybe I'd probably want to get 2. But I mean, I was like back in the I backed the articulated icons one way back when, when the ninjas weren't $17. I bought them.
I don't think that's too crazy a price.
I mean, you look at stuff that's out there, like those 4 Horsemen figures, for example, or the Super 7 stuff out there. And the way things in Marvel Legends are going, probably in about 2 years they'll be that price anyway.
Might be
which is when these will be shipping out.
Looking at what you get and the amount of articulation and probably paint, and it's Kickstarter. I don't think that's too bad.
Yeah,
I think it's pretty fair, especially considering like if you look, talking about like what Marvel Legends will be. Like the Marvel Legends, the exclusive ones have been up to 26, and then the Deluxe Black Series, they're $30 already. So 32, depending on what store you're at. So if you look at like what you get for the Deluxe Boba Fett versus what you're getting here, I think the price is right. I mean, you're getting.
Yeah. And I said I would love to see if we can stick our producer on here to get him onto the show because his contact information's out there.
Because if you're looking at like, I think this is the Futuristic Combat Soldier here. You're looking at, you get like 3 guns, a knife, and you're getting, from what I can see here, 2 extra sets of hands. I can't tell if the helmet actually goes on over the head or it's an extra head. So I think you're really
extra
getting.
head.
Yeah, you're probably right there. That would be the better way of doing it. I think really the only company I can say that rivals this would be Jazzwares in terms of what you get, but the paint looks definitely superior to a Jazzwares product, in my opinion. To like the Halo stuff, because the Halo guns are not painted this well. Because I can already see here that there's a wash over the guns.
Well, it's still the prototype, so
still the prototype,
Or maybe I might get the Gladiator.
Yeah, he comes with a bunch.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, it's worth it. So whoever wants them.
I think we'll have to go back and put the link to this Kickstarter in the description of the show. And, definitely have to have Matt get Landon Stewart, the person behind the Kickstarter, on the show. Love to talk to him about this.
Very cool.
All right. Well, I think that's going to do it for tonight's episode. Again, thanks to everybody over there in the chat who hung out with us tonight, chatted with us throughout the course of the show. We love you all, and we couldn't do it without you. I actually have a spare shattered glass blur on the way. Hopefully I'll have that before next week, and we'll be able to do a giveaway for that to one of our viewers in the continental U.S. next week. Yeah, that'll wrap it up. So make sure you slam that like button. Make sure you are subscribed if you're not already. Ring that notification bell. And that'll do it. We'll see you here live 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time next Thursday night. And I should be at a different location. And that'll wrap it up tonight. We love you guys and peace.
Laters.
Bye.